Hello, sports, dimensional analysis. So I'm going to put a quick formula up here just so for reference, and that is going to be given over 1 multiplied by rate over rate, where the unit for the bottom rate should cancel out with the given. So given rate should be the rate for our rate, should be the unit for our rate. All right, so let me put given unit. That's what that should say, given unit. And then the rate on top would be desired unit. Okay, I'm going to erase this in a second, so go ahead and take the moment to pause this and write that down if that helps. And this is the given unit over multiplied by rate over rate, where the top rate should have the unit that you desire to get to over the rate of with the given unit that you want to cancel out. So these two should have the same unit. Okay, so let's put this into practice. In this example, we're using sports, and in this one, we have WNBA star Neke Omoke needs to. How many games does she need to play in order to score a total of 39.4 points? I just added her points per game here, which is 19.7. So this is a good time to pause to help yourself, give yourself some time to identify our given here. And in this case, it's going to be 39.4 points. That's going to be our given. Our rate here is going to be 19.7 points per game. The key word there is per, because anytime you see that something's attached to something else, or one number is attached to another number, that's telling you that it's the rate. That's going to be our red value. But right now we're going to start off with our green given, which is 39.4 points over 1. And then now it's about setting up our rate to be proper, right? So we know that since this is our numerator, points in our given, that tells us that the denominator's unit is going to also be points. And what we see is this is describing points per game, right? So we see that she gets 19.7 points for every 1 game that she plays. And now that we see that our units cancel out points and points, what we see is that we're just going to now multiply everything on the top, which would leave us with 39.4 over 19.7, and the unit so far is games. So once we get our calculator, you want to remember that whenever you see a fraction, technically what you're doing is dividing the top by the bottom. That's what a fraction is. It's essentially a hidden division problem. So it's 39.4 divided by 19.7, and that's going to give us 2. So the answer to our problem would be 2 games she needs to play for the LA Sparks to get herself that amount of points. Now let's see us take a look at another example and see how these units can be also predicted. Hassan Whiteside, Miami Heat, rebounds a total of 71 rebounds after a homestand. So he has a total of 71 rebounds. How many games did he play? Well, his average is 14.2 rebounds per game. So our given in this case, if you want to pause to give yourself time to figure it out, is 71 rebounds. All right. And once again, we see that per here, right? Rebounds per game, telling us that this is our red or our rate value. So our given would be 71 rebounds, and we're trying to see how many games he has to play to do this. Well, our next unit for our denominator is what always guides us, and in this case we know it needs to be rebounds. And what we see in this question is that they're giving us 14.2 rebounds for every 1 game. Now obviously you can't get 0.2 of a rebound or 20% of a rebound in the NBA, but this is what happens when you get an average. So we see our units are canceling out rebounds, and ultimately we end up with 71 over 14.2. Now, a lot of you can probably solve this without setting up this green and red fraction, but the whole point of this activity is for you to understand how to do it on your own. Therefore, even though you can do it in your head, if you can set up these equations properly, it's going to help you make sense of it a lot more since you already kind of know how to do it without this stuff. All right, so we see 71 over 14.2 games, right? And that in the calculator will give us, let's clear this all out, 71 divided by 14.2, and that gives us 5 games.